We're excited about this season. I think coming out of the spring, I think we built a really good camaraderie with the added veterans, the draft picks that we've brought in, and the guys are really looking forward to getting this thing started. I know we are as coaches as well. Well, I just think when you add a veteran piece like Von Bell, Geno Stone in the back end, and then the influx of defensive linemen that we've added, two in the draft and in free agency with Sheldon Rankins, those key positions for us, I think that's really going to help. Well, let's make sure Trey continues to do what he's doing. First and foremost, I think Sheldon's going to add some inside pressure. BJ Hill has been able to in the past. We need to get a little uptick there, and then we've got some of these young guys, Joseph Osai's of the world, that have had his first off season where he hasn't had to rehab an injury. Miles Murphy we're looking forward to, and then don't anybody sleep on Sam Hubbard because he's a key part of what we do around here. I just think Sam has such high expectations for himself. We do as well, but he's everything that we're about, Sam. So I think he is healthy as well. He had his ankle taken care of, and he'll be out there this year 100% Sam Hubbard, and that's good for all of us. Well, I think it's what we ask of any young player or older player, is just being consistent. He's not a rookie anymore, and making sure that maybe some of the things he struggled with last year, and he showed great signs in the spring of kind of overcoming that. But now we'll get back down and get the pads on. But just overall consistency, and he's got a bright future. Well, I think to be available, start with that, and he's put himself in that situation, the way he's trained, and again, as I mentioned, not having to rehab something, but he's got a great motor, he's got, athletic body that we all know, so just get out there and do it, be consistent on an everyday basis, and I think the production will come. Well, I think stability. I think the name of their position is safety. So, they're making sure that everybody in front of them is in a safe position, and we're not giving up big plays. And I think that both those guys are. We all know what Vaughn has done for this team. Geno had a heck of a year for the Ravens. So they're just two guys that are. They know exactly what's coming. They're very, very prideful in how they approach their individual game, and they'll be able to elevate the players around them. So I feel good about those two.
Jordan's right there. When he asks about competition this summer, what's the answer you give him in terms of getting a chance to play right away?
Yeah, any young player, I think any player in particular, the best friend of a coach is competition. So, while we want everybody to be able to play, obviously only going to be 11 at one time, but we use different guys in different roles around here, and whoever the best 11 will be out there. So Jordan comes in and shows, his path is on the right path, and which he had some really good moments last year as a rookie. And we'll just be looking forward to see his consistency from his standpoint this training camp. Well, physically, they're big, strong guys. I mean, to me, the way we're approaching it as a coaching staff, we're throwing those guys in the deep end of the pool. I've seen some videos where they just throw the babies and teach them how to swim. Well, that's going to be our guys. Get out there and they have the ability to do it, and we're going to give them every opportunity to. Well, we have our core values of what we want to be. We always want to disrupt the quarterback. When we're kind of humming along, we're in the top 3 of QBR against in the league, and that's such an important stat these days. I think you're going to win the Super Bowl. The running game on offense is going to manage the game and help the team, but you're going to win the Super Bowl throwing the ball. So, consequently, you got to be really good against defending the pass, as well as obviously defending the run. But we've got to make sure we do that, disrupting the quarterback with rush and coverage. And then the rest will sort itself out, as you mentioned. Every year is going to be a little bit different, but we want to be a team that plays physical. We want to be a team that plays smart, and we want to make sure we're playing error-free football as much as possible. And if we can do that, we'll be a top, get back to where we're supposed to be. And it starts with me. I want to make sure that that is emphasized throughout every day in training camp.
So what have you done in the offseason? What thinking back and looking forward have you done with yourself to get there?
I just think, we always dive deep into, analytics and looking at things. And, I go back and I did a little bit deeper dive into, hey, why did I call this here? Or, what was I thinking in this situation? And it's not always the call. It's a combination of both, players executing and the calls, obviously. But, just looking back, thinking how I approached the games last year and our common opponents, making sure our division we got, but some of the newer teams are going to pop up. We've got right away, we've got a new coordinator the first game. We know Alex, but, it's what are they going to do, So making sure that we know the teams that we don't know and really getting involved in that. But really just went back hard and looked at some of the decisions we made game plan-wise and hopefully come away from that where I know we have with maybe a little bit different approach.
Is there a mindset that you have that you don't like, that you want to get rid of?
No, I think we went into, the approach has been good. There was just a few things, I think, as we did that maybe, if something that's been good for us in the past, maybe not force-feeding it as much, with some newer players, which we went back to in the spring, and, the guys now have a better feel for the whole thing, and I just think we're in a better place today than maybe we were a year ago going into training camp.